So today I lost my grandmother, my maternal grandmother. Yeah. And I'm usually very stoic about death, very stoic, but somehow this particular one broke through my stoicism and touched me. I think maybe because I was her first grandchild, and being her first grandchild, she showered me with a lot of love and attention. Yeah, she did. She didn't have much, but the heart that she put behind what she gave me made me feel, and maybe it was my little mind at the time really received and appreciated what she did as though she had $1 million. Like, it was love that made me feel like something. In a sense, I can say she was my first true love. So my heart hurts so bad today. It hurts so bad today. Yeah. And yet in this deep place of sorrow, I've been searching for glimmer of light, and I am able to find light in the memories that I have of her, the memories that we made together, the sweet memories of who she was in the community. She was a very jovial person, and she laughed with everyone who laughed. In fact, I think she was more just always in her feelings, right? So she laughed with everyone who laughed, but my grandma will easily turn around and cry right off the bat and cry with everyone who cried. So she was just connected to people. The town I'm from in Liberia, people in the entire town knew her because she connected with everyone. In her latter days, she became like a shelter for all her grandchildren, like a big tree to which all birds can come and just feed on and find shade. She made sure that her grandchildren were all taking care of the younger ones, so that whatever money that any of us who could afford to give her for her subsistence, she made sure she spent everything just taking care of these younger ones. And sometimes you thought it was enabling, but other times I was like, this was me 40 years ago. So she was so generous. Her heart was so big. And so I find solace. I find a light in this dark place. I find a light year as I cherish her memory, the memory of who she was. As I cherish that, I find light. I also find a glimmer of light in the fact that her passing gave her an exit to rest. The last 6 or so years of her life has been characterized by protracted illness. She's been sick, very sick, off and on for the last 6 years, and everything has been done to care for her and to bring cure, but it's just been off and on. And in the last few weeks, it got so bad and led to her death. And so, in as much as we would love for her to have stayed, I think her the quality of her life had begun to deteriorate by the ongoing nature of her illness. And so, in a way, it gives us a certain amount, or me, a certain amount of comfort that she's no longer suffering. But notwithstanding the cherished memories and her exit and the kind of solace that it might bring, my heart still remains heavy. In a strange way, my heart still remains heavy with sorrow. And so it is not my intention to share this with you to lay upon you only my sorrow. It is, however, my intention to share with you the kind of reflection that these somber moments tend to generate. It is kind of interesting how death has the capacity to make us rethink life. And so today, I'd like to share with you some of the reflections that are coming through my moment of grief as I wrestle with this loss. This place of loss really helps me to, as I think about her death, it makes me think about life more and more. It makes me really think about what life is and how life is. The first thing that comes to mind is our mortality, that we are all going to die. Yes, it makes me think about our mortality. No matter how strong you are, no matter how high you may rise, no matter how much you may achieve, we are all mortals. We will all die. So it is important as we attain great heights to stay humble, to remain humble. It reminds me also that life is the greatest value we can possess, because we can possess things of great value in many array. But what is all of our wealth without life? What is it? However, with life, you stand at a place where you can gain anything you put your mind to. So it is important, therefore, that we remain very grateful that we woke up to see another day, no matter what our condition is. The fact that we have life, we possess wealth that is greater than all wealth. It also reminds me that life is short. Yes, life is short. Some people are blessed to live a very long life, but even sometimes that long life is short. Life is short. It is very much like a fleeting train. Life is very much fickle, like the lights of a candle. Life is short. So make the most of it. Do the things you love. Don't hesitate. Don't procrastinate. Spend time with the people you love. Life is short. Enjoy it while you can. Tomorrow is promised to no one. No one. When my grandmother was taken into the hospital yesterday, I thought it was just one more episode and we will talk to her the next day, but she didn't make it. Life is short. Tomorrow is promised to no one. Her death also reminds me of the very important question of legacy. What will you be remembered for? How will you be remembered? When you've died and are buried and people go about their lives, What is it you will be remembered for? How would people talk about you? And what would people remember you for? Allow those kind of questions to help craft your vision for your life. And spend every day from today building that vision so that when you pass, there will be something that people will remember you by or for. Build a legacy. Live a life that leaves behind a legacy that benefits more people than yourself or your inner circle. I'm hopeful that as I work through my sorrow and share with you my reflections, that the passing of my grandma through these words will spark new life in you, or will reinvigorate you to go forward from here, to take your life seriously because it's short. And live such a way that when you die, you will be remembered for something good. Thank you for listening to me.